What good work meant to me up until college was heavily revolving around money, which was my primary motivator. I chased the glamorous lifestyle, the big cars, the fast cars, all the luxuries that life has to offer, and any work that maximized my financial gain was good work. What good work means to me changed considerably after I came to college. What it means to me now is work that provides me flow and optimal experience, as described in the book Flow. It is one that provides me with a creative feeling of transporting me into a new reality, and more importantly, one that forces and pushes me to grow. Work where, while doing it, I am oblivious to what is going around in the world around me. A good example of what good work means for me is fashion designing. The goal was to have all of those luxuries in life, to mingle with celebrities, to have my own fashion show. But over a period of time, my parents did not really support this idea, and the process of creating new clothes or designs turned more into an autotelic experience where the means or the process of creating new designs was a goal in itself. I didn't really chase making a lot of money from this because I knew that wasn't an option for me. The reason why my idea of what good work is changed so much after college is because I gave it some serious thought. And I think it's so important that each one of us do. Here's my take on that. On average, we spend 8 hours a day working at our job. If we remove 7 hours for sleep out of 24 hours from our day, 8 hours a day of work is about 50% of our entire waking day. Now, this can be looked at from a different perspective. Excluding the time we were children and excluding the time when we retire, we spend about 50% of our life working a job. So you should really ask yourself, do you want to be spending 50% of your life working a bullshit job? This leads me to the idea of bullshit jobs from the book Bullshit Jobs. The author describes the journey of a Spanish civil servant by the name of Joaquin Garcia, who did not attend his work for 6 years, and because his higher ups loathed him for socialist politics and refused to assign him any responsibilities, he found the situation so demoralizing that he eventually obliged to seek clinical help for depression. His situation rings a bell for me. My work at the Boston Consulting Group as a co op was pretty much the same. My supervisor gave me the most pointless work that did not matter at all. The work could have been done by anybody else, and it was highly demoralizing for me as well. Having said that, I do believe that there is a strong relation between finding flow in your work and doing a bullshit job. I strongly believe that one can turn their bullshit job into work that provides them with flow, that provides them with that optimal experience. Here's how. In the book Flow, the author provides an example of how a beginner tennis player achieves flow playing the game. When this tennis player reaches a certain level of skill and the challenge isn't high enough, he gets bored. This is very similar to a person working a bullshit job. He has a certain skill set, but his challenge or his job responsibilities aren't high enough. It makes the existence of the job to him entirely pointless. This may lead to depression, as seen in the Spanish civil servant's example. However, if this person goes above and beyond the little and pointless responsibilities given to him, there becomes a proper match of skill and challenge, and thus he achieves flow. Now, the author also explains it's likely that most activities are not perfectly autotelic. Even in the flow providing game of tennis, there is some focus on the goal of scoring a win. Similarly, in this person's attempt of going above and beyond his responsibilities isn't entirely futile because, in his pursuit of going above and beyond, not only is there a higher chance of him achieving flow, but also the goal of creating something so incredible that his boss notices his talent and perhaps promotes him and provides him with more responsibility. To further explain this topic, I'd like to use some facts. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect, and only 10% of people make more than 3 contacts with a prospect. At first, this seems normal. In the study done, almost half of the salesmen make one phone call and move on. Let's look at how the number of phone calls makes a difference. 2% of sales are made on the first contact, whereas 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th call. Now, 48% of salesmen who just make one phone call are surely fulfilling their job responsibilities, which is to cold call prospective clients. However, the 2% of the sale that they make is negligible. They may feel like they are doing a pointless bullshit job. However, if they go above and beyond their primary responsibility of cold calling people, which only about a small 10% actually does, we can now see that their job does not become so pointless because they would be making much more sales and then achieve flow in their work by enjoying that process of creative transformation and growth. So, to conclude, it is very important for one to figure out what good work means for themselves. It is possible to turn a bullshit job into work that provides flow. However, this process requires hard work by going above and beyond one's responsibilities and patience to test if their work is actually a bullshit job or a pot of opportunities waiting to be explored.